Right on time. Did Biden just drop a veiled hint that he's terminally ill? Now, I find this mighty interesting. Not really saying that this is 100% true or anything like that, but like I said, I find it interesting to say the least that this is happening. Even for me, though, this is kind of a stretch when it comes to conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Y'all know I love a good conspiracy theory like the next man, but even for me, this might be a little stretch. But we're still gonna talk about it here. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. Although I haven't written anything in a while, but I'm gonna probably write some more articles this week. So be looking out for that. All right, let's talk about this news here. Now, this comes from Headline USA, um, from Jacob Bruns. Um, but before we get into his report, I'm gonna play this clip here of what Biden said. It's just an 8 second clip here.
Not long ago, my buddy John McCain passed away. My predecessor friend who went, that's how he ended his career.
He said last night, and then he changed it real quick. Not long ago, my friend died. John McCain was my predecessor. He called him my predecessor. So what exactly did he mean by predecessor? Predecessor. What does he precedes him in? We're gonna talk about that, and that's the conspiracy theory here. What does John McCain precede Biden in? Is that a hint for something? But Jacob Bruns reports that in yet another gaffe, President Joe Biden on Monday referred to former Senator John McCain as his predecessor, PJ Media reported. Biden, 81, made his claim during a visit to Goffstown, New Hampshire, where he discussed matters like inflation and the decline of the middle class throughout his tenure. And mind you, he is the cause of all this. Biden is the cause of all this, but I digress. That's a whole nother thing. The president led off his remarks by recalling his past friendship with McCain, who Biden initially claimed died on Sunday. McCain died on August 2018, but like I said, he kind of fixed it. You can hear him say not long ago. He said last night that he said not long ago. So I will give it to him. He did kind of correct himself, but he said last night, not long ago. Um, and I think he was. I do actually. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Most of the time, I don't give Biden the benefit of the doubt, but I think he kind of corrected himself when he said last night, not long ago. I think he was fixing it, saying, well, not long ago, my buddy John McCain passed away. So I'll give him that. I'll give him that. And Biden mumbled before calling the deceased senator my predecessor and friend who went. That's how we ended his career. Oddly, Biden used the word predecessor repeatedly in his State of the Union address last week to describe his current campaign rival, former President Donald Trump, who had a bitter intra-party rivalry with McCain. And McCain was terrible. I'm not going to speak ill of the dead. There's so many. I really don't have anything positive to say about McCain. But it failed. The failed 2008 GOP presidential nominee. Biden and McCain spent many years in the U.S. Senate together. Both ran for president, shared a mutual dislike of Trump, and both garnered reputations for their quick tempers in private while cultivating benign and grandfatherly like public personas. Still, it was unclear in the specific capacity, in what specific capacity McCain may have preceded Biden other than in death. So it is true. Where else? And McCain joins the likes of former German leader Helmut Kohl and French leader Francois Mitterrand, who both led their respective countries in the 1980s and 90s, on the list of long deceased figures Biden claimed to have recently spoken with. You know what I'm saying? And he has no excuse for that. Remember when he was, the woman had just died, and I can't remember the senator's name. I think she had just died from a car accident or something. And Biden called her out and was like, "Where are you? Where are you? Where is she?" And it was so embarrassing. But in the case of McCain, the ailing chief executive may not be the only one with a short and or selective memory about the relationship that the two longtime lawmakers shared. Indeed, although Biden and McCain family tried during the late Rhino's funeral and the 2020 Democratic National Convention to craft a narrative about their deep and abiding camaraderie, Biden was not always loyal to McCain. Running against him in 2008 as the vice president candidate for Barack Obama, Biden said that McCain was nothing more than an angry man who had elected to, quote, take the low road to the highest office in the land. As Obama himself smeared McCain with allegations of racism for taking advantage of his funny name and the fact that, quote, he doesn't look like all the other presidents on those dollar bills, Biden let his good friend take the heat. But once the acrimonious race was over and McCain was a useful idiot to the cause, the mainstream media memory hold their past animosity to emphasize how bipartisan niceties of your defined American politics in the pre-Trump era. And they definitely did hop back on the McCain train after that. For example, Time journalist Mark Salter published a 2020 piece just before the election on the alleged Biden-McCain friendship, which was supposed to show, quote, how politics is supposed to work. Joe Biden and McCain, they said Joe Biden and John McCain were colleagues and friends, their friendship dating back to the 1970s when Biden was a young senator and Captain McCain was the Navy liaison officer to the Senate, Salter wrote. More recently, Biden himself appealed to their friendship and ideological agreement. Everyone know that they agreed. Quoting McCain directly, Biden said, "We are citizens of the world and the world's greatest republic, a nation of ideals, not blood and soil." So they hold no allegiance to the soil, really. We know that from McCain's history. But again, I'm not gonna speak on it right now. I'm trying not to speak ill of the dead. But so basically, the thought here, what the author is alluding to, is that Biden is terminally ill, and he's saying that McCain is preceding him, and he's right behind him. So he's going to be stepping down soon. Is the assumption that this writer is making? I'm not saying I 100% agree with it. I just find it interesting. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.